There we go. Okay. You crazy pants. Whatever. I'm going to sit. They'll figure it out. I'm going that way? Okay. Hi. I don't want you. You think it's wrong. Okay. Someone pumping gas into this building? What the hell? You've had the crazies all night, man. What is on his bed? What has got you so fixated on that? I don't know what it is, and I don't want to know. Okay. You. Thank you. All right. Hi, everyone. We have a crazy child and a weird dog tonight. Not much has changed. So tonight, our Halloween story is going to be Room on the Broom. Then we're going to read Zoom. And we're going to read The Sneetches and Other Stories. So, which of these do you want to read? Sandra. Zoom? Okay. Alright, Zoom. Fast-paced book of colors. Alright. Zebra drives a full dump truck so big and bright and blue. I'll win the race. I'm in first place. There's nothing you can do. Not so fast, cries Elephant. Look who's number one. Without a fuss, my big red bus is winning. Oh, what fun. And he's got some penguins in his bus. That's nice. Wendy's. You've never had Wendy's. Monkey then comes zooming by and gives them a salute. My yellow digger's in the lead. You won't catch me. Toot, toot. He's got a cupcake in his scoop. Ha-ha, laughs Cuddly Panda in her speedy orange car. I am the best. Threat. I'm a racing superstar. And our car says Panda. And a sticker on the side. Then a bright green bulldozer comes rumbling, tumbling past. Bouncy bear leaps in the air. I am so super fast. He's got a penguin too. Does everybody have penguins? Cheeks? What about cheeks? Out of nowhere, Lion comes in his ice cream truck, all pink. Enjoy your race for second place, she shouts and gives a wink. He's got bees with him. Interesting. As Roaring Lion nears the end, he stops to give a bow. That may be a big mistake. Whose car will win it now? Are you speaking in code to me? I don't know what that means. Wendy's Elephant Cheeks KFC Ice Cube Lotion XPM. Okay. Nobody can believe it when in a sudden burst, Turtle in his rainbow car zooms from last to first. He's got that Fast and Furious car going. Okay. Now which one do you want to read? Hey, Cheeks. Cheeky cheek. Pick a book. Room on the Broom? Okay. Cool. Room on the Broom. Excuse me. The witch had a cat. Hey, Crazy Pants. Hey, Squeaky Maloo. And Whack a Whip. Everybody sit down. Sit down. There, well, okay. I'll take that too. Hands down. I like that. Girl. Okay, you ready? You ready to learn about the witch on the broom? Okay. Hello. The witch had a cat and a hat that was black and long ginger hair and a braid down her back. How the cat purred and how the witch grinned as they sat on their broomstick and flew through the wind. And how the witch wailed and how the cat spat when the wind blew so wildly it blew off the hat. Down, cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the hat, but no hat could be found. Sitting on your dog? Excellent. Then out of the bushes, on thundering paws, there bounded a dog with the hat in his jaws. He dropped it politely and eagerly said, as the witch pulled the hat firmly down on her head, I am a dog, as keen as can be. There's no room on the broom for a dog like me. Yes, cried the witch, and the dog clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Calm down. Alessandra. Calm down. You too. You calm down too, crazy thing. Over the fields and forests they flew. The dog wagged his tail, and the stormy wind blew. Hey, hey, you're not helping. It's bedtime, madam. Alessandra. Quiet voice, bedtime voice, please. Bedtime voice. You're not doing bedtime voice. Over the fields and the forest they flew. The dog wagged his tail and the stormy wind blew. The witch laughed out loud and held on to her hat. But away flew the blow from her braid, just like that. Alessandra, hey. Hey, Alessandra. Stop. Sit down. Calm down. Everybody calm down, okay? It's bedtime. Hey, look at me. You leave her alone. It's bedtime. You can play with her all day, and all day she wants to play with you, but now it's bedtime. Okay? Now's not a good time to play with her. You need to calm down. Good girl. It's good separating yourself. Good girl. Smart. Down, cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the bow, but no bow could be found. Then out from a tree, with an ear-splitting shriek, there flapped a green bird with the bow in her beak. She dropped it politely and bent her head low, then said, as the witch tied her hair, her braid in the bow, I am a bird as green as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me? Yes, cried the witch. So the bird fluttered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. What?
Play kitchen. Whoosh. Message is on its way.
Over the reeds and the rivers they flew. The birds shrieked with glee, and the stormy wind blew. They shot through the sky to the back of beyond. The witch clutched her bow, but let go of her wand. Down, cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the wand, but no wand could be found. Do you play pretend kitchen at school? If that's something you want, we can do that. That's not a big issue. Then all of a sudden, from out of a pond, leaped a dripping wet frog with a dripping wet wand. He dropped it politely, and said with a croak, as the witch dried the wand off the fold of her cloak, I am a frog, as clean as can be. Is there room on the broom for a frog like me? Yes, said the witch. So the frog bounded on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the moors and the mountains they flew. The frog jumped for joy, and the broom snapped in two. Down fell the cat and the dog and the frog. Down they went tumbling into a bog. The witch's half broomstick flew into a cloud, and the witch heard a roar that was scary and loud. I am a dragon as mean as can be, and witch with French fries tastes delicious to me. No, cried the witch, flying higher and higher. The dragon flew after her, breathing out fire. Help, cried the witch, flying down to the ground. She looked all around, but no help could be found. The dragon drew near with a glint in his eyes and said, "Just this once, I'll have witch without fries." But just as he planned to begin on his feast, from out of a ditch rose a horrible beast. It was tall, dark, and sticky, and feathered and furred. It had 4 frightful heads. It had wings like a bird. And its terrible voice, when it started to speak, was a yowl and a growl and a croak and a shriek. It dripped and it squelched and it strode from the ditch, and it said to the dragon, "Buzz off, that's my witch." The dragon drew back and he started to shake. "I'm sorry," he sputtered. "I made a mistake. It's nice to have met you, but now I must fly." And he spread out his wings and was off through the sky. Then down flew the bird, and down jumped the frog, down climbed the cat, and phew, said the dog. "And thank you, oh thank you," the grateful witch cried. "Without you I'd be in that dragon's inside." Then she filled up her cauldron and said with a grin, "Find something, everyone, throw something in." So the frog found a lily, the cat found a cone, the bird found a twig, and the dog found a bone. They threw them all in, and the witch stirred them well, and while she was stirring, she muttered a spell. Ziggity, ziggity, zaggity, zoom, and out rose a truly magnificent room. Oh, no Chick-fil-A for a while, kiddo. With seats for the witch and the cat and the dog, a nest for the bird, and a pool for the frog. "Yes," cried the witch, and they all clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Nah, Chick-fil-A's gotta be sick twice now. I don't think I need to eat anytime soon. We'll wait a while before we try it again. The Sneetches and other stories. You ready for some Sneetches? You had McDonald's for dinner. Now the star-belly Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small. You might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneetches would brag. "We're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches." With their snoops in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain belly sort. And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the star-belly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You could only play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon theirs. When the star-belly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, it seems, while the plain belly Sneetches were moping and doping along on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger stepped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Then, quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. And he said, "You want stars like a star-belly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside. Then the big machine roared, and it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burped, and it bopped them about, but the thing really worked. When the plain belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start, "We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter parties." Good grief, groaned the ones that had stars at the first. "We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now, how in the world will we know?" They all frowned. "If which kind is what, or the other way round?" Then up came McBean, the very sly wink. And he said, things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who? That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. You know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best niches on beaches, and all the costumes $10 each. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McQueen. With me as a trip to my star off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars. It won't look like Sneetches who had them on ours. And that handy machine worked very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely.
Wendy's vegan temples, vegetables, pizza.
Pizza downstairs.
Wendy's vegan temples, vegetables, pizza.
Then with snoops in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout. We know who is who. Now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches is Sneetches without. Then, of course, those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guessed, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day on those wild, screaming beaches, the fixed-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again, through the machines they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, they kept running through until neither the plane nor the star bellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fixed-up chappie packed up and he went. Panda? We'll get Panda tomorrow, okay? I already told you that. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. No, they never will learn. No, you can't teach a Sneetch. I told you we'll get Panda tomorrow. But he was quite wrong, I'm quite happy to say. The Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches, and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars, and whether they had one or not upon Mars. The Zaps. One day, making tracks in the prairie of cracks, came a north-going Zap and a south-going Zap. And it happened that both of them came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. Look here now, the north-going Zap said. I say, you are blocking my path. You are right in my way. I'm a north-going Zap, and I always go north. Get out of my way now and let me go forth. Who's in whose way? Snapped the south-going Zaps. I always go south, making south-going tracks. So you're in my way, and I'll ask you to move and let me go south in my south-going groove. Then the north-going Zaps puffed his chest up with pride. I never, he said, take a step to one side. I'll prove to you that I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here 59 days. And I'll prove to you, yelled the south-going Zaps, that I can stand here in the prairie of cracks for 59 years. For I live by a rule that I learned as a boy back in south-going school. Never budge, that's my rule. Never budge in the least. Not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stay here, not budging. I can and I will. If it makes you and me and the whole world stand still. Well, of course, the world didn't stand still. The world grew. In a couple of years, the new highway came through. And they built it right over those two stubborn Zaps and left them there, standing unbudged in their tracks. Too many days. Did I ever tell you that Mrs. McCabe had 23 sons and she named them all Dave? Well, she did. And that wasn't a smart thing to do. You see, when she wants one and calls out, "You come into the house, Dave," she doesn't get one. All 23 Daves of hers come on the run. It makes things quite difficult at the McCaves, as you can imagine, with so many Daves. And often she wishes that when they were born, she'd named one of them Bodkin or Horn. And one of them Who's Who's, and one of them Snim, and one of them Hot Shot, and one Sunny Jim, and one of them Shadrach, and one of them Blinky, and one of them Stuffy, and one of them Stinky, another one Putt Putt, another one Moonface, another one Marvin or Ralph Balloon Face, and one of them Ziggy, and one Soggy Muff, one Buffalo Bill, and one Buffalo Buff, and one of them Sneepy, and one Weepy Weed, and one Paris Garters, and one Harris Tweed, and one of them Sir Michael Carmichael Zuck, and one of them Oliver Bolivar Buck, and one of them Zanzibar Buck Buck with fate. But she didn't do it, and now it's too late. 6, 6. What was I scared of? Well, I was walking in the night, and I saw nothing scary, for I have never been afraid of anything. Not very. Then I was deep in the woods, and suddenly I spied them. I saw a pair of pale green pants with nobody inside them. I wasn't scared, but yet I stopped. What could those pants be there for? Could a pair of pants at night be standing in the air for? And then they moved. Those empty pants. They kind of started jumping, and then my heart, I must admit, it kind of started thumping. So I got out. I got out fast as I could go, sir. I wasn't scared, but pants like that I do not care for. No, sir. After that, a week went by. Then one dark night in Greenwich, I had to do an errand there and fetch some Greenwich spinach. Well, I had fetched the spinach. I was starting back through town when those pants raced around the corner, and they almost knocked me down. I lost my Greenwich spinach, but I didn't even care. I ran for home. Believe me, I had really had a scare. Now, bicycles were never made for pale green pants to ride on, especially spooky pale green pants with nobody inside it. And the next night, I was fishing for duck trout on Rover River. When those pants came rowing toward me, well, I started to shiver. And by now, I was so frightened that I'll tell you, but I hate you. I screamed and rode away and lost my hook and line and bait too. I ran and found a brickle bush. I hid myself away. I got brickles in my britches, but I stayed there anyway. I stayed all night. The next night too. I'd be there still, no doubt, but I had to do an errand. So the next night, I went out. I had to do an errand. I had to pick a peck of snide in a dark, gloomy snide field that was almost 9 miles wide. I said, I do not fear those pants with nobody inside them. I said those words. I said them, but I lied them. Dang it, boy. And when's that big tooth gonna come in the middle, huh? Oh no, we lost him. Well, it's a good run, right? I know, no more baby. Then I reached inside a snide bush, and the next thing that I knew, I felt my hand touch someone, and I'll bet that you know who. And there I was, caught in the snide. And in that dreadful place, those spooky empty pants and I were standing face to face. I yelled for help, I screamed, I shrieked, I yelled, I howled, I cried. Oh, save me from those pale green pants with nobody inside. But then a strange thing happened. Why, those pants began to cry. Those pants began to tremble. They were just as scared as I. I never heard such whimpering, and I began to see that I was just as strange to them as they were strange to me. I pulled my arm around their waist and sat right down beside them. I calmed them down, poor empty pants, nobody inside them. And now we meet quite often, those empty pants and I. We never shake or tremble. We will smile. We say hi. It's funny. Poor silly boy. It is bedtime, crazy. Right, Athena? It's bedtime. Okay. So we'll continue more stories tomorrow. I actually was able to order 2 Thanksgiving books for November, so I'm excited about that. So now we'll have 3 books for November. Well, I guess technically 4 with our pumpkin prayer book, which is kind of a generic fall book. Right, Athena? What do you think? Oh, we're going to use that code. Are we speaking in code again? Cool. All right, everybody. Well, we will see you tomorrow night. Okay? Good night. But you're the